All right, out of respect for everybody's time, we'll go ahead and get started. Thank you for joining us tonight for Student Support Services' second event in our summer workshop series titled Thriving in the Transition. We'll be recording this session, so after the event, you'll be able to find the recordings on our webpage, YouTube channel, and social media. You can find all of our social media at Rowan SSP. My name is Erin Hanna, Associate Director of Student Support Services. My pronouns are she, her, and hers. Together, our team supports students in a multitude of areas, including tutoring, success coaching, and early intervention outreach. Tonight's workshop will look at the transition from the lens of Rowan's Thrive framework, which includes 6 dimensions of well-being, including physical, social, emotional, community, financial, and purpose. We know that as one dimension of well-being improves, the other dimensions are likely to follow in the same direction. For this reason, it's important that you know about the resources on campus that can assist in each area. The presenters we have here tonight are from a few of the offices that can support you in thriving in your transition to Rowan. As we move through the presentation, please enter any questions you have in the chat, and we'll get to them as soon as we can.
Sound, how they get in first.
As we begin, we'll show the short video that does a great job of introducing Rowan Thrive.
First got to college, I was so excited.
There are new people, new opportunities. It felt great to be on my own, and it still does.
But sometimes it can be a lot to handle.
The pressure, the stress, the expectation,
The distractions, the social scene.
finding a way to pay for everything. We all know that it's not always easy, so we have to take care of ourselves and each other. And Rowan has resources to help. I found friends to motivate me when I tried out a class at the rec.
If you're hungry, you can go to the shop.
I
And
bet
if
he's
you don't
not.
eat well, wellness center can help. When I was struggling, I learned to be my own advocate and ask for help.
The truth is, when we're well, we can help others be well too. And then, as a community, we all thrive.
I'm trying.
It's
not letting me.
It's a way of thinking, a way of being, a way of finding balance in
How
life.
big and complicated is it?
To help you focus on your goals
Wait on me.
with a sense of purpose
Even in tough times. Rowan Thrive is about sharing a vision and a mindset.
for well-being
For all of us. For now.
and for life. Think for yourself. Go to rowan.edu/thrive.
We love that video.
When I first got to college, I was so
We don't
Jake.
need to see it again, though. We love it, but we don't need to see it
Jake?
again. Let me just see here. I'm trying to make sure.
The thing's beginning.
As everybody comes on, if you can just make sure that you're muted. Okay, so as mentioned earlier, we have a great group of presenters with us tonight from key offices on campus. We hope this presentation provides an opportunity to familiarize yourself with the great resources and people that are here to support you. You'll get to know each presenter better as they talk about their offices.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Erica Garcia Conway. Pronouns are she, her, and hers. I'm a student success coordinator and proud Rowan alumni. I am so happy to be here and share the importance of well-being and hear from our amazing leaders across campus. The first dimension we will discuss today is physical. Physical well-being relates to having good health and the energy to get things done on a daily basis. Our first presenters today will share how their departments relate to the physical well-being dimension and how you can engage on campus from your very first day you arrive.
Good evening, everybody. My name is Taylor Mullins. I use she, her pronouns, and I'm the Assistant Director of Aquatics and Risk Management for Campus Recreation.
Hi, everybody. My name is Katie Huber. My pronouns are she and her, and I am the Assistant Director of Fitness and Wellness with Campus Recreation. And we're here to talk to you a little bit more about campus recreation and how it relates to and how it can support the physical dimension of well-being.
So I'm not going to take the time to read our mission statement. It is located on our website, but I do want to highlight a few things that we really pride ourselves on. Our campus recreation is committed to creating a safe, welcoming, and inclusive environment for our entire campus community. If you take a look on the right-hand side, we do have some core values that I'd like to highlight. Relationships, student development, service, and quality are something that we really pride ourselves on.
And so basically what we want to share with you is how you can engage and get involved with so many of our programs and activities. And so one thing that Taylor and I want to make sure everybody knows is that we really try to offer something for everyone, especially when it comes to taking care of your physical well-being. Campus Recreation understands that to provide something for all different interests. So here's just like a very, very brief overview, and then we'll talk about how you can learn a little bit more about us. So we offer intramural sports. So these are sports that students would play and compete against other students at Rowan. So some examples of that would be flag football, indoor soccer, ultimate frisbee. The fitness and wellness programs that we offer include group fitness, so classes like yoga, cycling, Zumba, strength training, personal training, and wellness workshops. So anybody with any experience level can attend. We have all of our classes are actually free, and the same thing with our intramural sports program. Our informal rec, so basically what that means is you can drop in and play or get a workout in, attend any one of our, show up to any one of our facilities and just play. So we provide equipment for all different types of activities. So anything from ping pong, volleyball, you can see a whole list of opportunities there.
Additionally, sorry, Erin, I messed you up. Additionally, I want to real quickly just explain our sport clubs. So we have over 40 recreational and competitive student-run sport clubs. This includes basketball, rugby, ice hockey, softball, etc. And these teams do travel and play other schools within our area. So if you want something a little more competitive, if you're missing that varsity sport that you might have played in high school, sport clubs are for you. And then of course, aquatics. So we have a handful of different special events that happen throughout the year, but really want to highlight opportunities for lifeguarding, getting certified in CPR, AED, first aid. And then if you want to master your swim skill, we do offer free adult swim lessons throughout the year.
So some events that we wanted to highlight, especially early on in the semester. So our late night with Campus Rec on Monday, August 30th from 7 to 11 is really just showcasing an evening to get to know some of the people that work with Campus Rec. We have a number of different activities to get involved in. It's for all students to come and attend. It'll be right on Glassboro's campus in front of the Campus Rec facility. Our sport clubs and Campus Rec Expo on Wednesday, September 8th from 11 to 2. And so Taylor mentioned a little bit more than 40 different clubs on campus. And so this would be a great way to get to know what clubs are on campus. So from various competitive clubs and just recreational clubs, you can get to know how to get involved. These are all student-run organizations. We'll also have tables outside in front of the rec center to talk about specific programs that you can get involved in straight away. So if you can make it there, that would be wonderful. And then into October, we have our homecoming battleship, which we partner with some of the groups here that are going to talk probably a little bit more about their activities on Wednesday, October 20th. So these are just a couple of special events. We have a ton more, but didn't want to overwhelm the presentation. And we'll talk in our next slide about how you can connect with us so that you can figure out ways to take care of yourself, get involved, some activities, taking care of your physical well-being. So we can move to the next slide.
So if you do want to connect with Campus Rec, please follow us on Instagram at Rowan Campus Rec. We are on ProfLink and list all of our activities and special events there, rowan.edu/rec. Feel free to download the app as well, found in the the Android app or the Apple App Store. And we hope to be able to connect with you soon, and welcome to campus.
Thank you, Taylor and Katie, for sharing all the wonderful things Campus Rec provides. Our next dimension is social. Social well-being is our sense of belonging and relation with others. Getting involved on campus is a great way to find others who share your interests. I'm going to turn it over to our next presenters from campus activities to share just some of the many ways you can take care of your social well-being by getting involved on campus.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Mustafa. I am a graduate coordinator here for the SCCA with Rowan After Hours and Special Events.
Hi, everyone. My name is Lauren Kuski, and I'm the Associate Director in our Student Center and Campus Activities Office.
Now, I'm not going to read the full mission statement, but I'm just going to give a brief overview of everything. Just like the Rec Center mentioned, over here at the Student Center and Campus Activities, we also want to provide a safe, welcoming, and inclusive environment. And we like to do this through our quality programs, services, and facilities that we have in our department.
We also would love to stress our core values of student development, student service, community building, quality, and one of our favorite ones is fun, which we're going to kind of jump a little bit more into in our next upcoming slides.
Now, these are just some of the major events that we do as an office as a whole. Every week we host Cross Place Trivia every Wednesday, I want to say starting the 8th of September, where any student, undergraduate student participates and has a chance to win Rowan Bucks and be crowned trivia champion for the semester. We also host something called Hall Student Center, where we bring people from the Rowan community to come to our student center and really enjoy the Halloween festivities. We also have something called Cram Jam, where students come and have a chance to relax, debrief as we enter the final season where we can can be a bit stressful. We also do a lot of welcome week activities where when the students come back and they can enjoy themselves, from poster sales to food truck festival, South Jersey vendor showcase. We have a lot of that as well that are great things for students to come by. We also host something called Holly Bash, which is our spring festival, where we normally bring a performer, also filled with outdoor festivities, food trucks, long games, a whole bunch of novelties, a very fun time for people to come and experience. And then we are proud to be doing homecoming, where we have a lot of different events and activities throughout the week, from banner competition to push cart to lip sync battle, harvest festival. We do a lot throughout the week that's very, very, very exciting. As the rec said, there's also battleship. These are all great things that happen throughout homecoming, which is very exciting and what we do as a department.
All right, so not only do we offer some amazing events, and as new students, you'll have access to our calendar coming at you shortly. If you live on campus, it'll be in your room when you move in. If you're a commuter student, you can actually grab it right from our information desk, which is one of the things that we offer within our student center, and it provides a ton of information. So if you're looking for something, our info desk can help you find it. We have, as Mustafa said, we have tons of events and fun that happen throughout our area, with over 200 programs and events held each year just for you all, just for our students. Also within our building, we have meeting and event spaces. So if you're part of a student organization, or you might have some class meetings within our space. We also have locations to eat. So when you're hungry, late at night, early in the morning, we have tons of food. We also have laundry, printing, our ATM, so much more going on in our building, and you can take a look at our building tenants as well. Although we do not oversee those departments, they are housed within our building, including our orientation, our Dean of Students, volunteerism, and much more.
Continuing with the idea of the amount of fun that we have as a group, we have Rowan After Hours, also known as RAW. Now, this is late night programming that is hosted every Thursday, Friday, and Saturday from 9 p.m. to 12 a.m. and is primarily in the Student Center pit. Sometimes we have special events that are in other locations, but we are primarily in the Student Center pit, and it's always free with a Rowan ID. We also have things called Food Bar, where every event that you will go to at RAW, there will be free food. So if you're ever hungry on campus and you're an undergrad student, stop by, there will be food for you to have. We also host Philly Shuttle, which is every Friday, where we have a shuttle that takes students to and back to and from Philadelphia throughout the night. And then we also host a variety of different innovative and traditional programming. The beauty of RAW is that each event is going to be different. Some nights may be a game show, some nights might be a novelty night, one night it might be a bingo. No matter what RAW you're going to go to, it's always going to be something fun and exciting, and definitely highly recommend going to.
Awesome. I don't know if you all can hear my child screaming in terror in the background. She's absolutely fine, so do not worry about her. I promise she's okay. She's just a pterodactyl sometimes. But anyway, we also have our Student University Programmers, or SUP, which is our student-run programming board. They are students, or they're events for students by students. It is a club, so anyone can join and help us determine what some of our events look like in the future. So if we go to the next slide, you'll actually see the different committees that you can join. So depending on what you're most interested in, this is a great way to meet new people, to get involved. Or if you're not looking to join the committee, you can actually just come out to the events. There are a bunch of opportunities to meet people at our movie nights, at our live performances, and on our off-campus trips. Finally, before we kind of wrap this all up, we of course are going to shamelessly plug for you to join our SCCA team at some point. This is another great way to get to know people, build up your resume, and just have some fun. We're all about that fun quality that we were talking about, or that core value. You can see a little bit about what our positions offer, anywhere from 8 to 20 hours. We have a starting pay rate of $10.20, and you can see all the positions available, including our information service specialist, event assistant, and like we said, Rowan after hours, if you're a late night person and cannot wake up early in the morning. So definitely keep an eye out on that. You can actually go to our next slide that has our contact information that Mustafa will go over.
Yes, so all the information that we actually went over, most of it is going to be on our website. So I would highly recommend stopping by our website at rowan.edu/SCCA, and you'll see a lot of all the information that we mentioned here right now on our website.
Also, our social media is on the next slide, so definitely check us out on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, Instagram, the whole nine. Come find us and you'll learn more about our events and how to get involved there.
And you'll be up to date with all of our information, and definitely worth hitting a follow.
Thank you.
Wow, I loved your energy. Thank you, Lauren and Mustafa. There really is something for everyone to be involved. Up next is our emotional dimension. Our emotional well-being is the ability to learn from life's ups and downs and to understand that this struggle is necessary for growth. Transitioning to college life can be so exciting but difficult, so we want you all to know that there are resources and safe spaces for you to go. Our next presenter will be sharing how important your emotional well-being is and how their department can support you every step of the way.
Good evening. My name is Rafe Burton. I am one of the licensed clinical social workers at the Wellness Center in the Counseling and Psychological Services Department. So I'm just going to talk to you about there's 5 departments within the Wellness Center. So we'll just kind of go through those. So we can go to the next slide. So the first one is Counseling and Psychological Services, otherwise CPS is what we kind of call it. So we offer individual therapy, we offer group therapy, and our groups that we're offering coming up in the fall there's 2 general therapy groups. There's an ACT on Anxiety group, grief and loss, and then gender and body image. Those are our processing groups. And then we have I Am Asian and Students of Color, which are going to be running as support groups. Those can be signed up for on ProfLink. And then we also offer skills classes, so RLDBT skills and DBT skills. For either one of those, individual therapy and group therapy, there is a triage process that has to happen. So you can just contact the Wellness Center and make an appointment for that triage, and then we can get you squared away with where you need to be. We also offer workshops, and our workshops are Anxiety Toolbox and Getting Unstuck. They're 3-week-long workshops for once a week, and you can sign up for those via ProfLink. And they're run kind of lecture style, so it's not a process group. It's more so gaining those skills, but in a shortened amount of time. And then there's support groups that we offer in conjunction with SJICR, and that's Queer Collective and You Good Fam. You Good Fam takes place once a month, and they typically have student dialogues and guest speakers, and Queer Collective takes place once a week on Wednesdays. If you're thinking, all right, I don't know that I want to do full-on therapy, I just kind of want to talk to a therapist for a little bit of time, maybe like for 20 minutes, 20, 30 minutes, just I have a small problem that I want to talk about, or I want to see if I need to go further. We offer a consultative service called Let's Talk, and that is going to be virtual next year. And Let's Talk is there's a time slot every day, and you can sign up on the Wellness Center's website. We also offer alcohol and other drug classes, AOD, and screenings as well. So that is CPS. The next department is pet therapy. There are individual sessions upon request for pet therapy. Right now, the only pets in pet therapy are dogs. So we have Dr. Michelle Pick, who she has Vivian. There's a picture of Vivian there. And then we have other handlers that are available as well. So you can do individual sessions, or for larger group sessions, it's called Pause for a Break, and those happen around campus. I know during COVID, they were doing them virtually, so that could be a possibility as well. For any updates about pet therapy, you can follow Rowan Pet Therapy on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook for any update information about pet therapy. The next department is student health and EMS. And student health is your basic health services. But I do want to highlight that they offer free STI and women's health appointments, and those happen at the Wellness Center in partnership with FamCare. So you would have to call FamCare in Glassboro in order to schedule the appointment, but the appointment would take place in Winans-Hall at the Wellness Center. And then with EMS also operates as a general EMS for campus, but there's one cool feature. So they do transportation for any sort of counseling and medical appointments within a 15-mile radius. So you can sign up on the website at roman.edu/EMS. And our next department is Healthy Campus Initiatives, HCI. And they have internships. Healthy Campus Initiatives is, you'll see them all around campus. They do a little bit of everything. They're our outreach, if that makes sense. They do internships. They have peer education. They do all of our social media. So if you follow Rowan HCI on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook, they give you all of the up-to-date information about what's going on at the Wellness Center. Weekly, they have Free Condom Friday, and that's on Fridays from 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. in the Wellness Center. And then they also offer a support group, a peer-run support group called Chill and Chat, and that's on Fridays at 11 a.m. And they offer another peer-run support group, which is SAS, Stress and Anxiety Student Support, and that's Mondays at 2 p.m. in the Wellness Center. And then there's some upcoming events. So we have Fresh Check Day, which is coming up September 15th from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. in Robinson Circle. There's going to be prizes, there's interactive activities, and they'll provide some on and off campus mental health resource information. And then October 13th is the Wellness Center open house. You get a chance to walk around the Wellness Center, win some more prizes, meet some more of the staff. And for any other upcoming events with the Wellness Center, you can follow the Wellness Center on ProfLink. And then here's some contact information. So the Wellness Center is open in the fall from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. Monday through Thursday, and then Fridays from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. Currently, we are only open till 4 Monday through Friday. That all changes over August 30th. To schedule anything, you can always reach out and call 856, the phone number 256-4333. Or if you're there's a crisis going on and it's after hours, you can call that number and select option number 3. We have on-call counselors for any sort of crisis situation, whether it's a holiday or the weekend or at night. And that is all. That was quick. That was all about the Wellness Center.
Thank you, Reve, for sharing so many wonderful and meaningful resources. Our next dimension is community. Community well-being is the ability to connect with others, contribute to the common good, and promote an environment of empathy, civility, and respect. Our upcoming presenter will share ways we can all build a supportive community together.
Hi, everybody. My name is Andrew Perone. I work on campus in the offices of volunteerism and community engagement. I'm going to talk a little bit about how to volunteer and support our local community, be a part of Glassboro and the surrounding South Jersey community, but also how to be a supportive and supported member of the Rowan community. Our office really, I mean, there's a lot of reasons to volunteer. You can read through our little bullet points here. The Student Center would appreciate the final bullet there, to have fun. But from our office perspective, it doesn't really matter to me what's motivating you to volunteer. The important thing is that you are looking to volunteer, you're looking to get engaged. We try to provide a variety of different opportunities so that whatever your motivations, you're able to find something that connects either with your skills, your interests, your passions, or your availability. We put on at least 3 different service projects and volunteerism projects each week of the entire school year. So there is always something going on. And each activity is something that kind of stands alone as its own event. So you're not necessarily making a long-term commitment to doing something just by signing up once. So it gives you the opportunity to try things out and see if it's something you want to pursue further. We also offer the opportunity beyond that to schedule an appointment with our office. You can do a one-on-one consultation or a group consultation if you're a member of a student organization or a group of friends that wanted to volunteer together. And we'll sit down with you. We'll learn about you. What are you interested in? What are you passionate about? What skills do you have that you want to share? And then we'll match you with an agency that's looking for a volunteer just like you. If you can go to the next slide. What's important that we really want to highlight is in relation to this dimension of community. What we do is we collaborate to address what we call community identified needs. It's important to us that we're not participating as members of the Glassboro or surrounding community as someone separate who's coming in to try to fix something that we see as a need, but instead to listen to our fellow community members, to hear from them what they identify as what we can do to help. So we try to stay informed with our community partner agencies and all of the different nonprofits and schools and agencies around the region to find out from them, what are they looking for? How can we be of service to them? How can we be of support to what they've identified as a need? And then we try to assist with those things. So if you were to come to our office and to talk about a particular skill that you have, what we'll talk with you about is an agency that's looking for that skill. Or if you're looking, to get some experience in a particular field because it's something you're studying or something you want to pursue later on in life, or it's something that you're passionate about for more personal reasons. What we'll do is match you with an agency who's looking for someone with your passions. So it's always focusing on that idea, that concept of community identified needs, to allow the community to dictate to us how we can be of support to them. That's how we operate when we're heading out into Glassboro and surrounding community partner agencies, but it's also how we operate right here on campus at Rowan. So we also offer a number of support services here on campus for students to allow students to tell us how we can be a supportive community to you. One of those that we'll highlight, and I believe it was in the initial video at the start of the presentation, is Rowan University's Campus Pantry and Resource Center. We call it on campus the SHOP. The SHOP is an available support service for students. It's available to all students. There's no need to provide a referral. You don't have to do a screening interview. You don't have to show any documentation to be able to access the SHOP. You simply have to be a Rowan student who, if you believe that some of the services and resources we have here in the SHOP could support you and help you be more successful, then the SHOP is for you. We're open 2 days a week, Mondays and Fridays, from 12 p.m. till 4 p.m. And during those hours, it is open for any and all students. You simply show your Rowan ID and you can access the SHOP. We have now both non-perishable pantry items as well as perishable items. So in addition to getting some of those staple pantry items, you can also pick up some staple refrigeratable items. So if you are living on campus, you can stock your pantry as well as your kitchen if you're living in one of the apartments. In addition to food items, we also have personal hygiene products, personal care products, cleaning supplies, housewares, and then during certain seasons, we have seasonal clothing as well, if necessary. In addition to those resources, we also have partnerships across campus so that if a student were to want to talk with our staff about other needs or other services that they could use as a support, we can serve as a referral agent both on campus as well as the off-campus resources as well. You can visit us in Rowan Boulevard, Building 5, Room 141, which is a pretty difficult place to find based on, no one knows exactly which one is Building 5 and which one is 141. So I tell people, head to the courtyard of Rowan Boulevard Apartments, and you will see there is a flag that says the shop. And then there's also signage for the shop, and we are open right there off of the courtyard. So you don't even have to come into Rowan Boulevard Apartments to access the shop. You can come in straight off of the courtyard. So just if you can find your way to the Rowan Boulevard Apartments courtyard, then look for the shop flag. We're open on Mondays and Fridays, 12 to 4. In addition to that, we also provide a free farmers market every Friday. This is year round, so it's not even something that's only happening during the academic year. It's all summer and all winter. So even during break times, we're out there every Friday between 10 and 11. You can find us in the football stadium parking lot. And it's, like I said, free farmers market, free fresh fruits and vegetables available for anyone who attends. Whereas the shop is for students only, the Fresh for All market program is actually a community-wide program. So in addition to being open to students, it's open to all community members as well. We see and serve about 150 to 200 families and households each Friday. We don't know exactly what we're giving out on any given Friday until that Friday. So we encourage students to come on out and check us out each Friday morning, just to, if for nothing else than to see what we're giving out that particular day. It may be of interest to you. You can also follow the shop on social media or our gourmet dining on campus on social media because they will post Instagram live videos and post things on Twitter about what's available that day if you'd rather find out what we're giving out before you come down. But like I said, I encourage folks to come check us out every Friday morning because we're always giving out a pretty wide variety of items that you can bring back to your dorm, your apartment, or your off-campus house if you wish to. For both the Fresh for All market program and the shop, you can reach us at the shop at rowan.edu, or you can check us out at go.rowan.edu/the shop to find out more. The other interesting component of both of those programs, like I said, when we talk about being a supportive and supported community, in addition to these being support services that are there for you to access to help you be successful, it's also an opportunity for you to support other students as well and to be a supportive member of the Rowan community. We have volunteer opportunities there. Both programs are staffed mostly by student volunteers and student leaders as well. So it's an opportunity not only to receive support services, but to provide support to other Rowan students and members of the Rowan community as well. So it's one of those unique opportunities where you can receive support and give support within a community right here at Rowan. So if you're interested in that, you can reach out to our office for volunteer opportunities. And like many of our volunteers, you can also come out, volunteer for a shift, and at the end of your shift, bring home some groceries with you as well. It's a great way to be involved and to be engaged with some of the things we're doing on campus. That next slide, like with everybody else, we have all the different ways to find us, all the different social media platforms you can follow us. But I also highly recommend, if you haven't already, to check out ProfLink, find our organization, find Office of Volunteerism on ProfLink. Everything that we're doing is posted there. So you can also sign up to participate in activities. And you can also find the shop on ProfLink, and there's a volunteer application there, as well as a way to send us questions or to reach out to connect with our staff. So Hopefully, some of these things are of interest to you if you want to be involved in the local community or be an active and supportive member of the Rowan community. Our office is here to help you with that. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you, Andrew, for sharing meaningful opportunities to give back to our Rowan community. Our next dimension is purpose. Purpose is finding the motivation, meaning, and enjoyment in life. We know career decisions can play a huge role in purpose, well-being, and our next presenter will be discussing how their department relates to our purpose.
Hi, everybody. My name is Rosaria Pipitone, and I am the Associate Director of Career Readiness at the Office of Career Advancement. We are located right across the hall from admissions, and Savitz 242 will be on the last slide. But we are staffed with a team to help you find your purpose. I think it's something in the air as soon as you walk into our office, because that's essentially what we do for a living, right? So next slide. All right, so we want to help you understand your why. That is exactly our goal as career counselors. So the Office of Career Advancement serves students as well as alumni. So we serve you even upon graduation, indefinitely, to find your career purpose. We help you understand your why through various techniques. Our mission is to help you understand your values, your unique interests, abilities, and skills, and assist you in applying them to the world of work. Next slide. All right, so a lot of people ask us, how do you do that? How do you help us find our why? Are you counselors? Are you mental health counselors? Are you advisors? There's some confusion. We're a little bit, we're more on the assessment tool counseling piece, more so than people come to us and say what classes we need to take. We do a lot of assessments to help you understand and clarify yourself. I tried to coin the term to help you understand it, calling it career DNA. So an expectation you can have with meeting our staff, our career counselors, is that you will we help you understand yourselves better. This is just a snapshot of one of our tools. Our analogy is it's like blood work for career counselors. You come into our office and we kind of get to learn you better. We start off with the self-exploration process and really truly try to connect the dots between your natural innate abilities, right? And connect those dots to the world of work, and which with the hope that that will retain you and guide you through your academic path. So it is very important for you all to know that this assessment, which we'll discuss in the next slide, is free for you to use now, even if you're not currently enrolled in Rowan. So I highly encourage you. I will put the website on the chat in just a second. Please come visit us and get this assessment interpreted by one of our career counselors. Next slide, please. And these are our tools. So it's really important for you to know our tools and how to find them. So Focus 2 is an assessment that we use that will help you understand what quote unquote your career DNA is. So don't worry about it if you're undecided or you're struggling to really connect the dots between your major and what you want to do with that major, or you have an occupation but you're not quite sure exactly what major to select. We're here to help you. We love doing this. We have an entire staff devoted to helping you understand yourselves better. So that's the Focus 2 tool. So you could simply Google Focus 2 Rowan and I'll take you there. Then another 2 tools are our other half of the department is employer relations. So our employer relations team is devoted to making connections with local and regional employers to help you obtain employment. So they're working diligently behind the scenes, hosting career fairs, posting jobs. So if you are familiar, it's our job search database is called Prof Jobs. That's where you will apply for FWS positions, internship positions, part-time positions, and full-time positions. So these are employers that have called us and said, or requested to upload a job onto this database, you would sign in with your Rowan email or personal email and connect with employers that way. Embedded within Prof Jobs, it's a little sneaky, so that's why I wanted to talk about it a little bit more. It's called Career Shift. Career Shift is crucial to complementing the Prof Jobs database because by Career Shift through Spider software, so you can just simply put in a keyword, your zip code, and how many miles you're willing to travel, and you can find a job that matches your search. In addition to looking for your search in this Career Shift, you can find contacts that work there because 80% of jobs are obtained through making connections and networking. So a large part of what we do, in addition to finding your purpose, is helping you make connections. And these are the tools we use to help you do that. These are through various ways. You can meet with us through walk-in hours, through virtual appointments, or in-person appointments. We will be offering a hybrid of appointments this upcoming semester, so definitely come see us. Next slide. All right, so this is where we're located. The best way to probably reach us right now is through email. Like others have mentioned, ProfLink is where we host a lot of virtual events and our walk-in hours. They change per semester, so I highly recommend you look in the beginning of each semester to find our walk-in hours. If you want to schedule just a one-on-one individual appointment, that's possible through Starfish. You are probably familiar with Starfish if you're working with an academic advisor. Similar to the way you make an appointment with them, you would make an appointment with a career counselor, and you would just set why you want to schedule an appointment or tell us a little bit about what you want to talk about, and we'll prepare you for that appointment. We have a staff of career counselors and interns waiting to help you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Rosaria. It's really important. Thank you for sharing that you provide so much information while they're here, but also when they graduate too. That's really important. So last but not least is our financial dimension. Financial well-being is the ability to manage the money you have and understand how to spend it in a responsible way. We know these skills can last a lifetime. So today our last presenter will share how our financial aid office can support you.
Hi, good evening. My name is Josue Velez. I'm one of the associate directors here in the Office of Financial Aid, and we welcome you to Rowan University and glad to share and be a part of this wonderful webinar tonight. So before I get into what we can do, I want to explain a little bit about financial aid and how it kind of puts everything together. All right, so here at Rowan University, it begins with the FAFSA, which is a free application for federal student aid. And it's something that when the students complete it, that's how we could find who the students are that are applying for aid, and why the FAFSA. Well, to do the FAFSA, it helps us. It helps the students determine whether they can get some federal grants and student loans. Student loans are a form of financial aid. Also, if a student's interested in work study, they need to complete the FAFSA. Another point is that if New Jersey residents, New Jersey students who attend a New Jersey university may qualify for a state grant, and the state grant is going to require that FAFSA to be completed. And also, if you're applying for different scholarships, whether internally or externally, they may require that you complete a FAFSA. So it's important that students do the FAFSA once a year. It's a free application at studentaid.gov. And so make sure that if you haven't done it, there's still time for the upcoming 21-22 academic year to complete that FAFSA. And that's something students do once a year. And so for next year, when students, for the freshmen who are going to be sophomores, you can go to the next slide. For students who are going to be sophomores and sophomores who are going to be juniors, October 1st of this year, the application for next year, the 22-23 academic year, will be available. And I just want to let students know that if you're a New Jersey resident attending a New Jersey school and you get a state grant, you need to complete that FAFSA by April 15th. Don't miss that deadline. I have a true story. Last week, I spoke to a student who missed this deadline, and this student was a student who would have qualified for probably the maximum state grant, and it's actually went up this year, and that was $10,000. And because she missed that deadline, unfortunately, she's not going to qualify for that grant this year. So make sure you meet your deadlines and complete that FAFSA on time, because that's going to help you pay down that tuition and fee cost when you come to university. And it's very possible that with maximum federal and state grants, it can pay all your tuition and fees here at Rowan University. As I mentioned, there's state grant eligibility. When a student completes FAFSA, that their information goes to the New Jersey Higher Education Student Assistance Authority, and they review students' files to see if they qualify for a state grant. Like it says here, they must complete the FAFSA. It's based on it's based on financial need with the information that's on the FAFSA. Students must be enrolled full time to get this tuition aid grant. So if you believe you're eligible for the state grant and you don't see it on your award right now, because students are packaged right now, it could be that you're not enrolled full time. Make sure you're enrolled at least 12 credits to ensure that you qualify for that grant. And just in case, if you get selected for verification by NJHISA, make sure you go to that website that's on the slide to complete their requirements. When a student gets selected for verification by HISA, they have to work with HISA to get those documents completed and get that verification completed. Our office really can't do anything. We could maybe upload some documents for you, but you still have to get that information up to HISA so that you qualify for that grant. And like I mentioned earlier, this year, the state of New Jersey increased their grants for students, definitely here at Rowan, significantly. The maximum grant last year was $8,400, and this year it's over $10,000 for that same amount of grant. So it varied. The grant varies based on the information that the state has, but it's definitely something that if you have it, it can definitely bring your costs down for the university. So we talked about the FAFSA and the HISA, but there's also scholarships. During the fall semester, there's an internal institutional scholarship application, rowan.scholarshipuniverse.com. It becomes available during the fall. It is merit-based, but we tell students, apply for those scholarships. During the spring semester, students will be notified if they've been awarded that scholarship. And if you apply for this fall, it'll be for the next academic year. It won't be for this academic year. It'll be for the following academic year. The one thing I will say, continue to do well academically. Sit in the front of your class, get to know your professors, do well, because it'll put you in that position to hopefully get an institutional scholarship. Another thing we recommend is do external searches for scholarships. These are a couple websites right there that you can check out. And also do searches locally, regionally, and nationally. Every week, 2 or 3 times a week, I run a report that notifies me of students who've received outside scholarships. And so and I just did a whole bunch, did like 3 pages worth of students who were awarded outside scholarships, and they vary from local organizations, churches, synagogues, mosques, chambers of commerce, credit unions, local businesses, even to bigger national organizations, Coca-Cola, Chick-fil-A, McDonald's. Students are applying and they're getting these scholarships that they're applying for. So we recommend that you continually apply. It ain't just a one-year thing. Like it says in the slide, think beyond year 1. Think about year 2, year 3, year 4. Because what I always tell families is you want to get your education you want to get a good education, but you want to get it for the best price. Just like when we shop for clothes, we want to get that sale, we want to get that nice thing. Same thing for education. We want to, what I tell families, you want to get a degree for the least amount of debt possible. Loans are not an evil thing, but there can be a need for many families, but we want to keep that down as much as possible so that when you graduate, you don't have a boatload of debt. So we always tell students and families, continue looking for scholarships. There's a couple websites there. Look locally, look nationally, regionally, because there are students that get a lot of these scholarships because they apply for them, but not just one time, but throughout the year, throughout their whole time at a university. All right. So another service we provide, one of the services we provide here in the financial aid office are income adjustment appeals. When a student does the FAFSA, and this coming year, beginning September, we're going to be in the 21-22 academic year. The FAFSA, the 21-22 FAFSA, is asking parents and students for the 2019 income. And we know a lot has changed since 2019. A lot of people have lost their jobs, people have gotten sick. One of the services the financial aid office provides is income adjustment appeals. If your family has suffered a hardship, we can review your financial aid again. It's an online process. You don't have to bring documents to us. Everything's online. You can upload it. On this slide is a list of different items or different hardships that students and families go through that we can review and recalculate a student's eligibility. Last year and even this year, many families have been impacted by COVID, and we're so glad to help out many families by completing this process, reviewing the documents they provided us, and not only just for federal grants, but even some state grants that that they can get. So if your family has suffered a hardship, whether COVID related or not, look at this list and go to our website, rowan.edu/financial aid, and you can begin the process for an income adjustment appeal. All right. All right. Another thing I must mention is that with financial aid, there are financial aid, Title IV financial aid. There's a lot of regulations. It's federal regulations. One of the regulations is satisfactory academic progress, and students must maintain satisfactory academic progress while they're attending the university. The policy is right here. It's a quick synopsis. 2.0 minimum GPA, 67% passer rate. After one semester, if a student falls below one of those or both of those levels, they're going to get a letter, a notification, email notification saying that you're on warning, warning. But after 2 consecutive semesters, they're going to get an email saying that their financial aid has been suspended. They're not eligible for financial aid. The good news is students can appeal. And the reason I share this slide and I talk about this is because I want students to know, and I'm thankful for Erica and Aaron for this workshop, this webinar, because we want students to go to the tutoring center if they're having academic struggles. We want them to go to the wellness center if they're having other issues, because we want you to get the support you need, because it can impact your grades and that can impact your financial aid. So be mindful to check out these resources so that you don't fall into the SAP issue. And just know that the financial aid office is here to help you in any way possible. Make sure you get those other university resources as well. Okay. Speaking of counseling, we do have financial aid counselors that you can make an appointment with. If we can go to the next slide. And it's on the Rowan Success Network, rowan.edu/RSN. Make sure if you want to meet with a counselor, right now we're not doing face-to-face, but we are doing virtual appointments with students or phone call appointments with students. So make sure you can go to the Rowan Success Network and make an appointment with a financial aid counselor to talk about financial aid, talk about SAP, talk about a number of things, and the counselor can help you out with and answer any of those questions that you might have. All right. And lastly, the financial aid office. We have a great team here, and we care about our students and we want the best for them. This is our information for the upcoming fall semester. I forgot to put our location. We are located in Savitz Hall on the ground floor. Savitz Hall on the ground floor. And another thing I forgot to put was our website, which I did mention earlier. It's rowan.edu/financial aid. Our website has a lot of up-to-date information that you want to check out. If you're not sure about a question and we're not available, go there and check us out. I tell students, if you can't sleep because you're thinking about financial aid, go to the website. You get some good information and check it out. Another thing too, hablamos español en la oficina de financial aid. So you can definitely reach out to us. We do have a couple Spanish speakers here. I'm one of them, and we could definitely help you out in that regard as well. I want to give out a plug to an event coming up this Thursday at 6:30. It's a webinar. It's called Exploring Funding Options. Our director, who is an amazing director and has a lot of knowledge on financial aid, she's going to be doing a webinar this Thursday at 6:30. It's free. And information is on our website, and the link will be there so that students and families who are exploring funding options, they're going to get great information Thursday night at 6:30. This Thursday, the 12th, right? Yes, the 12th. So please check that out. And the other thing I tell students is check your emails regularly from our office or from the bursar's office, because you want to make sure that your finances are taken care of. The last thing you want to be worrying about while you're in class is my bill paid? Do I have an issue here? Is there going to be a hold on my account? So make sure you're checking your emails out. If you have any questions, we're here to help. We care We truly care, starting from the top all the way to the bottom here in our office. We care about our students, and we want you to succeed financially, graduate in 4 years with the least amount of debt possible. And anything we can do to help, feel free to reach out to us. And we wish you all the best.
Thank you, Josue, and all of our presenters. I'm incredibly impressed by all of you. And now I just wanted to open it up to any questions that you all might have. I'm actually going to stop sharing my screen just to make it easier. So if you have any questions and you want to either put them in the chat, you can do that, or you could also honestly unmute yourself and ask the question. Any questions? Again, we're here and happy to answer them for you. If there are no questions, again, you'll be able to find this presentation on our website and all of our social media. And again, we are just very grateful for the presenters tonight. I want to especially thank Erica Conway for putting everything together and collecting all of these fine people from across campus. I don't think we could have had a better group than we have tonight. So thank you everybody for that. And again, if you have any questions, a few of us will stay back and see if we can answer them for you. And all the panelists, thank you so much.
Thank you, everyone.